Psalm 1, taken from the text of the New American Bible. Happy those who do not follow the counsel of the wicked, nor go the way of sinners, nor sit in company with scoffers. Rather, the law of the Lord is their joy. God's law they study day and night. They are like a tree planted near streams of water that yields its fruit in season. Its leaves never wither. Whatever they do prospers. But not the wicked. They are like chaff driven by the wind. Therefore the wicked will not survive judgment, nor will sinners in the assembly of the just. The Lord watches over the way of the just, but the way of the wicked leads to ruin. A short note. So the psalmist here, most commentators tell us that this psalm is kind of a summation of the entire psalm collection in the Old Testament. It's oftentimes referred to as the path of two ways. One way being towards good, and the other one being towards not good. One righteous path and the unrighteous path. So, Jesus, when he walked the face of the earth, he said that at the end, when all of us have to face God for judgment, there he will place some on his left and some on his right. Some that were pleasing to him and the others that didn't please him. And he gave a few examples, saying that, I was hungry, thirsty, I was naked, I was in prison, and you treated me as if I was in that person that was hungry and thirsty and naked and in prison. And then those others who fail to follow the teachings of Christ, or those that were asked to leave from his presence. So this psalm takes us through not only all of the Old Testament. For example, of the father of all faith, Abraham. What was he challenged with? His son he was asked to sacrifice his son over the love for his son had to be placed underneath his call to obedience of faith. So in order to live the righteous life that he was called to, he was asked to sacrifice his son. And because he acted righteously, God gave his son back to him miraculously. There was a ram caught in the thicket that was substituted for his son. So sometimes God does challenge us in our life, and we have to make this choice between doing what is pleasing to him, as we know in our own faith, in our own heart of hearts, our conscience, or to follow as it says here, the counsel of the wicked, the way of sinners, to sit among scoffers. So these types of people that are unrighteous has to do with everything that is not on the path of goodness and holiness and righteousness and pleasingness. One last quote. The letter to the Hebrews, chapter 11, says, "It is impossible to be pleasing to God without faith. Anyone seeking to come to God must believe that He exists and He rewards those who seek Him." That's the whole thing. Nobody sees whether we believe or not. No one can tell if we believe in God in our own life, our own interior life. But God sees. The Old Testament book of wisdom, I think it's Proverbs, says the person who blasphemes God, he doesn't go unnoticed, because God is the witness of his inmost spirit, the observer of his heart, and the listener to his tongue. Now that can be applied to all of us. Not because God wants to catch us in the act, because God is love. God is love. So, like a loving father watches over his children, he doesn't watch his children to catch them doing wrong. He watches over them to care for them, to see that they grow up properly, that they become later men and women in society, dependable, responsible people. So in the same way God the Father looks over us, He won't choose for us. He gave us freedom, free will. He will not choose a way for us. He gives us the way, and He will engage if we invite Him. But He wants us to freely choose to follow Him or not. It's the only way that God can verify whether we freely love Him in return. So anyway, this is Psalm 1, and it's the very beginning of the Psalter. And it's only a few verses, 6 verses, but it says a whole lot of things, and I would just recommend, if you have a copy of, you can find this on the internet, but Google St. Augustine commentary on the Psalms. You could find a free copy there, older, non-copyrighted version, and he has a lot to say about this psalm. So anyway, thank you very much. Have a good day.